What's up guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Jack Tones and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a tail whip on BMX bikes. So let's go. So this how-to video comes by popular demand and it is absolutely understandable. Whether you're a BMX rider or you're just interested in BMX, tail whips are the one. Everybody wants to learn it. I don't care what they say. If you're involved in BMX, every rider wishes they could do a tail whip. So I'm going to be teaching you guys exactly how to do a tail whip and you're going to be the man at your local skate park. So let's go. Right guys, I'm going to try and break this trick down as simply as possible as the trick actually is. It really is that simple. People like to overcomplicate this trick just because it looks very technical. There's a lot of moving parts, but realistically there is not a great deal involved in doing the tail whip. So I'm going to teach you guys exactly what you need to do the tail whip for yourself. Starting with, find yourself a nice fly out. So obviously, as you can see in my background, I have got acres of space here to fly out of this bowl. Obviously I'm not going to crash into anyone or anything, so find yourself the biggest fly out you can possibly find. If not, you're just going to have to send it on a jump box or something gnarly. If you're that guy, tag me in the video. I'll be absolutely stoked to see it. So find yourself a ramp you're comfortable with sending the tail whip on. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be kicking the bike and bringing it back round. So that is a good start, getting used to the motion by doing it on flat ground. Just give it a kick and jump back over the frame like that. Now notice as well, while I'm doing that, although I'm kicking it, watch the handlebars. Do you see how I move them to the side? So I kick it and then I bring them back, because what that does, that generates momentum for the back end to come around, and it also brings the bike back to riding position where you started in the first place. So obviously if you're like this, you want to be landing like this. So when you're kicking it, the bars go out to the side and they come back. So kick, bars to the side, bring them back. If it helps as well, lay on your back and just get used to doing the motion, catching the pedals and all that stuff. And then obviously you want to find a ramp where you can get a comfortable amount of air out, say 2 to 3 feet, just to give you enough time to get the tail whip round. And you're well on the way to learning how to do the tail whip. So obviously when you're kicking the bike, deciding which way to do it, I'm left foot forward. Now predominantly when you're doing tail whips, you kick it with your back foot, which means my right foot is the back and I'm going to be kicking it to the left. So kicking it like that, and it comes around, and then you catch it with your front foot and then your back foot follows. So when doing the tail whip, that's how you determine which way you're going to be kicking it. So kick with your back foot and you kick into the frame. So you kick like that, like so. So that is step one on how to do a tail whip. Boom. Go in, come out, kick the right, catch. Kick the right, catch. You've come out, make sure you're in the air as well. I see a lot of people try and do the tail whip, they rush it, so they haven't fully left the ramp yet, and they start kicking the tail whip and they kick it into the coping. It boxed them, things get messy, so just relax with it, don't rush the trick. Make sure you get your air time, and then we're going to send the tail whip. So you've leveled out in the air, and now what you're going to do is kick the bike around with your back foot. So as you're kicking, you're going to move the bars to the side. So the bike's at say 90 degrees there, your bars are at the side, and by the time your bike gets to 180, you've pulled the bars back towards you, and then to get the rest of the rotation, you bring the bars in front of you and then back to riding position. So a lot of it is in the bar movement to make sure the bike swings around and carries momentum. Obviously the kick is important, but you don't have to be so aggressive with it as long as you've got the momentum with the bars. Or if you don't kick it so hard, be a bit more aggressive with the bars, or if you kick it too hard, you don't need to be so aggressive with the bars. So it's finding that balance point that's suitable to your riding style. So let me just run through that one more time with you guys. So you've leveled out the ramp, you kick, bars move to 90, and then they come back down. So obviously now your bike's come around, the next challenge is getting the feet on. So obviously when people are riding, I see a lot of people trying tail whips, and a common mistake, and I've made the same as well, is obviously you catch your front foot, whether you catch pedal or you catch crank, you're still going to ride away with momentum. So don't worry too much about that. So you catch, but a lot of people just catch and then drop their foot like so. literally that is mind over matter. Once you're there, it's just a case of bringing that other foot in, just clamp in. So if you've nailed it and you're dialed at getting your tail whip round and landing one foot every time, that then becomes muscle memory. So now you need to really focus on getting that back foot back to the pedal. So it comes round and jump on. Practice this on the floor as well, so you get used to the muscle memory starts building up. Kick it round and you land on pedals. It's not going to come straight away. If it does, you're a boss. If it doesn't, don't worry about it, you're going to be a boss, because this trick actually took me quite a while to learn, and once I learned it, I then took it everywhere. You learn hop tail whips, you tail whip onto things, you tail whip off things, you do tail whip airs, 360 tail whips, you name it. You can literally add a tail whip into every variation of riding you could possibly think of and make it look absolutely sick. Plus, it's a crowd pleaser. Who doesn't like a crowd pleaser as well? You know what I'm saying? Bosses do tail whips, so make sure you learn how to do a tail whip. Listen to my instruction and you're going to land it ASAP. Trust the process. Let's go. Cheers for watching another video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful for you. Hopefully you've learned how to do a tail whip now, and tag me on Instagram with your videos of tail whips. I'd love to see them. And if there's anything that you picked up along the way, leave it in the comments below. For people learning to do tail whips, they can also add that into their memory bank when they're trying the tail whips, and we're just going to build each other up in 2023. So that's the process. We're going to trust the process and we're going to send it. So cheers for watching, guys. Peace. Woo!